Welcome to the ASTRALX Deep Dive, Illuminating Your Path. I'm Relinarius Selene, your intuitive guide.
And I'm Solarian Zephyr, your cosmic strategist.
We bridge celestial wisdom,
Unlock your modern path.
discover guiding starlight insights.
Explore powerful cosmic energies.
How do planetary transits shape your story today? And today, this deep dive is really specifically for you, as a Sagittarius Sun with Virgo Rising. We're looking closely at your astrological landscape just for 2025 using only the source material you provided.
Exactly. Think of it as us really dissecting the cosmic blueprint for your year ahead based entirely on the framework in these sources.
Yeah.
And they define your core identity through, well, two really powerful archetypes that merge within you.
Right.
Your Sagittarius Sun, it's called the Centaur Prophet, is that outward radiating philosophical fire,
Yeah.
always aiming for the horizon, that classic Sagittarian conviction.
And then there's your Virgo rising. The sources call that the galactic alchemist, which sounds amazing. It's like this energy makes your whole nervous system tuned into the celestial mechanics, translating cosmic patterns, which could feel chaotic, into something navigable, something you can actually work with.
That's it. It's that deep need for sacred precision meeting the, let's say, boundless cosmic wanderlust of the Sag Sun.
And the sources really emphasize how these two combine specifically in 2025 to create this potent synergy. Like the archivist becomes the prophet's absolutely essential map maker,
Yeah, the celestial cartographer grounding those huge visions with really crucial precision.
while the prophet, in turn, gives the archivist's careful analysis a sense of, well, divine purpose. It stops being just cataloging facts.
And becomes cataloging for a quest.
Exactly, which leads to your combined archetype for 2025, which the sources define as the Waypoint Weaver Sage of Practical Magic, Architect of Embodied Freedom.
I love that. It really speaks to actively bringing the celestial down to earth, making the magic you're seeking tangible, step by step, practical magic.
Okay, so let's unpack how 2025's specific cosmic weather, let's call it, influences this Waypoint Weaver energy. The sources talk about the major planetary influences through something called Quantum Astrology. They see it as your own personal cosmic navigation system for the year.
Right. And what's fascinating are the really big players here. First up, we've got Pluto in Aquarius, and it's sitting right in your 10th house.
Okay, 10th house. That's career, public image, legacy. Right?
Precisely. And the source labels this transit the Legacy Codex Overwrite.
Whoa, that sounds intense. Like your whole professional story is getting deleted and rewritten.
Pretty much. Pluto is, well, it's a force of deep transformation. It often shatters old, outdated structures.
Yeah.
So in your 10th house, it's really demanding a revolution in your career path and maybe how you engage with society's expectations, especially fueled by your Sagittarius truth-seeking nature. And the quantum concept they attach is entangled expansion. The idea here is that your own philosophical journeys, your personal truth quests, they don't just change you. They actually kind of instantly reconfigure the collective paradigms around you.
So my individual truth, it ripples outwards, affects the systems I'm part of.
Exactly. It has a much bigger effect than you might think.
Oh,
It's not just your career changing, but maybe how the world even sees the kind of contribution you make is shifting because of you.
yeah.
It's a huge concept.
Wow. Okay. That's big. What's next?
Then there's Neptune. Neptune is in Aries in your 4th house. Now, the 4th house is all about your roots, your home, your emotional foundations.
And this transit is called the Ancestral Big Bang.
It is dramatic, isn't it?
Yeah. Sounds like deep, maybe even turbulent shifts at the very core.
It certainly can be. Neptune dissolves boundaries, and Aries, it does that with this urgency, the kind of warrior poet vibe. It's dissolving old family patterns, maybe inherited emotional baggage, and potentially challenging your whole sense of belonging or what homeland even means. And the source poses this core question: whose homeland are you actually carrying? Is it something you've inherited, or is it something you're actively creating now?
And they link this to wave-particle duality, don't they? Using that physics idea to ask if you're projecting this sort of curated optimism like the stable, predictable Sagittarius particle.
Right.
Or if you're embodying a more sovereign, maybe messy, authentic wildness, the Aries wave.
Exactly. It's pushing you to look beneath the surface of your emotional world and really question its authenticity. Are you living your truth or just projecting when you think you should?
Okay, so Pluto's reshaping the external world, the legacy. Neptune's dissolving and recreating the internal world, the roots. What about Jupiter, planet of expansion?
Jupiter's making a really key move. It starts 2025 in Gemini, which is your 3rd house communication, learning, your local scene. But then, and this is important, around May 25th, it shifts into your 4th house, joining Neptune there.
Yeah.
And it stays for quite a while.
So expanding your communication skills first,
Yeah.
and then moving into that really sensitive zone of home and roots.
Yes. And the source calls this whole sequence the Resonant Lexicon. Jupiter in the 3rd initially kind of supercharges your ability to share ideas, learn fast, connect locally.
Makes sense.
Then, when it moves into the 4th, it boosts your emotional intelligence and expands your whole concept of home, foundation, security. The material says this makes your wisdom like viral code.
Viral code
Meaning the insights you gain and share, especially about those deep foundational things, they just spread effortlessly. Your truth finds fertile ground, particularly in personal or home-related contexts.
Interesting. Okay, and finally, Saturn. It's retrograde in Pisces in the 11th house.
Right. 11th house, that's friendships, groups, alliances, networks, collective visions, your hopes and dreams, basically.
And this is called karmic network debugging.
Yeah. Saturn's influence here, especially retrograde, which always feels like a review or restructuring period, is forcing you to really examine and maybe rebuild the structures of your communities and your future goals.
So trimming the fat, maybe?
Exactly. It demands sharp discernment between what's genuinely aligned with your core truth and what the source calls tribal illusions, connections, or visions that just aren't built on solid ground anymore. It's about firming up the communities that truly support where you're headed.
Okay, that paints a clear picture of the cosmic push and pull for 2025. How does all this intense energy actually show up in the body? The sources talk about somatic astrology, viewing the body as a living observatory.
It's really fascinating, actually, how these energies can manifest physically. For your Virgo rising side, the sources point to tension, often gathering in the digestive system, the hands, and the solar plexus that spot just below your ribs.
Ah, so like gut flutters from overthinking, or maybe tight hands when trying to get things just right.
Precisely. And the suggested ways to soothe it are pretty simple. Maybe sipping peppermint tea for digestion, or doing some gentle finger stretches.
Okay, and for the Sagittarius Sun energy?
The sources highlight energy surges in the thighs, the liver, and the sacral plexus, the lower abdomen, tied to creativity and movement. This might feel like restless legs when inspiration strikes, or kind of warmth in your hips when you're about to embark on something new.
So movement helps there.
Definitely. Archer lunges, trail running things that honor that Sagittarian need for motion.
Got it. So linking this back to the big transits, how might that Pluto in the 10th, the Legacy Codex Overwrite, feel physically?
Well, those career quakes could potentially show up as pressure at the crown of your head, like these high-level destiny downloads trying to integrate. Or maybe tight shoulders, which can sometimes signal suppressed authority or carrying too much weight.
Right.
The source actually suggests a physical release, rolling your shoulders really vigorously while shouting, "I claim my path."
Huh. I can picture that, shaking off the old structures, literally. What about Neptune in the 4th, those deep root shifts?
The sources suggest those shifts might cause tingling in your feet, like ancestral messages or earth energy coming through. Or maybe cold hands, possibly indicating a feeling of disconnection from your roots or emotional grounding.
And the practice for that.
Simple but powerful. Just spending some time barefoot on the earth, grounding.
Makes sense. And there was that specific fiery transit mentioned, Mars in Leo, July 20th to September 4th. They called it a fire triple threat.
Oh yeah. With your Sag Sun, this really ignites a powerful internal fire. You might feel it like an inferno in your solar plexus, a real surge of creative conviction, purpose.
Wow.
It could also manifest as electric fingertips, like your hands are literally buzzing with destiny ignition. And the embodiment suggested is pretty primal, roaring while drumming your chest, really leaning into and expressing that raw power.
It really does paint a picture of the celestial woven right into our physical experience. Okay, moving beyond the body. The sources also show how this blend you have, the vision and the precision, that Waypoint Weaver archetype, it echoes through history. They give examples of men with similar astrological profiles. Sag Sun, often with Virgo placements.
Yeah, this lineage includes some really notable figures who demonstrate this exact fusion. Walt Disney, for instance, Sag Sun, Virgo Rising. The source calls him the pragmatic dreamer.
Pragmatic dreamer, I like that.
His Virgo Rising engineered those incredibly complex, detailed systems for the theme parks, right?
Whoa.
While his Sag Sun was pioneering these vast new worlds of animated storytelling. His legacy. Imagination, but made systematic.
That's a perfect illustration. The wild, imaginative Sag idea needing that incredible, meticulous Virgo planning to actually come alive. Who else?
Frank Lloyd Wright. Sag Sun, but with a Virgo moon. He's described as architecture's cosmic engineer. His Sag philosophy was all about organic forms, harmony with nature, big picture stuff. But it was rooted in his Virgo mathematical genius and precise structural understanding.
So freedom anchored in functional beauty.
Exactly. And then there's Bruce Lee, another Sag Sun, Virgo Rising. The sources frame him as the martial arts philosopher warrior.
Ah, yeah.
His revolutionary martial arts philosophy, that be water wisdom from his Sag Sun, was channeled and perfected through incredibly rigorous, disciplined, almost Virgoan practice, analytical spirituality, embodied through meticulous mastery.
It's powerful seeing these examples. Look how they navigated the very energies you're exploring in 2025. They didn't get stuck in just the theory or just the details.
No, they wove them together, created something lasting, impactful. It makes it feel less abstract, doesn't it? More like a path with real potential for you.
Definitely. So how can you actively engage with these energies? The sources offer these interactive elements they call the Star Map Studio.
Yes, these are tools for, well, practical application. They include some really potent pause and reflect questions. These are especially good during Sagittarius season, or maybe when Mercury's retrograde times when this kind of introspection feels amplified anyway.
Questions like, where does your archivist side, that Virgo precision, tend to over-edit your prophet's spontaneous Sagittarius truth?
Or digging into that Pluto transit, what respectable legacy narrative, maybe something inherited or just expected, is actually caging your authentic vision?
Ooh, that's a deep one. And a core question for the year. How can your inherent wanderlust become a purposeful pilgrimage? These really cut to the heart of integrating these two sides, don't they?
They really do. And there's also a specific ritual offered designed for peak visionary power. The Waypoint Weaving ritual. It's time for the Sagittarius full moon, which in 2025 is June 11th.
Okay, what do you mean for that? The sources list materials, right? An antique map.
Representing the Sag journey, yeah.
A silver compass.
For that Virgoan guidance, precision.
A sage bundle for clearing, and an aventurine stone.
Yeah, aventurine connects the heart and the path. The process is outlined pretty clearly. First, you burn sage over the map, clearing old trajectories. Then, place the compass on a point representing life's crossroads. Affirming your intuition guides your practical steps.
Okay.
Then you trace your ideal path on the map with the aventurine, physically linking your heart's desire to the journey ahead. And they suggest chanting, freedom and focus are one arrow.
Freedom and focus are one arrow. I like that.
Finally, sleep with the map under your pillow to integrate it subconsciously. It's a really beautiful way to energetically fuse that vision with practical navigation.
And for something more physical, maybe before starting a project or just facing a challenge, there's the Breath of the Cosmic Courier exercise.
Right. The posture is key here. An archer stance. Left foot forward for grounding, right arm drawn back like you're aiming an arrow.
Oh, okay. Got the stance. What about the breath?
It directly links vision and action. You inhale for 4 seconds, picturing starry light, cosmic energy flowing into your third eye, your center of vision.
Inhale, third eye.
Hold it for 2 seconds, letting that Sagittarius truth consolidate inside you. Then, exhale forcefully for 6 seconds, making a HA sound, and visualize silver light shooting out along the path of your drawn back arm, like releasing your intention. Cycle through that 5 times. The whole point is to physically integrate your vision and your point of navigation, making them one thing.
These are really powerful, tangible ways to work with everything we've discussed. Now, beyond personal exercises, the sources also point to how this Waypoint Weaver archetype shows up in culture. They call these mirrors of your archetype.
Yeah, they offer examples from film, books, even myth.
Yeah.
Like Christopher McCandless in the movie Into the Wild. That ultimate Sag quest for meaning and freedom.
Right, but he meticulously documented it all in his journal. That's the Virgo filter.
Exactly. Or think of Phileas Fogg in Around the World in 80 Days, the grand Sagittarian adventure writes, circumnavigating the globe.
Made possible only by his incredibly Virgoan planning and strict adherence to schedule and detail.
Precisely. And in music, Johnny Cash's I've Been Everywhere.
Yeah.
It captures that restless Sag wanderlust perfectly. But the genius is in the delivery, that super Virgoan, methodical, rapid-fire listing of every single place.
Ha! The adventure presented with ultimate precision.
Totally. And mythologically, the figure of Chiron, the wounded healer. He embodies Sag wisdom, the centaur's link to philosophy knowledge, but it meets that Virgoan mastery of healing, medicine, practical skill. He taught heroes, guided them with both wisdom and practical application.
These examples really drive home that core dynamic, the blend of expansive truth-seeking with grounded, practical execution. It's everywhere once you look for it.
It really is.
So as we look towards the future, towards 2025, the sources lay out 3 potential timelines you might find yourself navigating. This really highlights the conscious choice involved in how you integrate these powerful energies.
Right. The first potential path is called the paralyzed analyst. This represents the shadow side, where the Virgo energy dominates too much.
Okay, what does that look like?
It looks like over-planning every possible adventure until none of them actually happen, becoming hypercritical of philosophies, including your own, sacrificing joy or spontaneity because it doesn't seem practical.
And the outcome of that path.
Stagnant wanderlust. You want to go, but you're stuck. Chronic dissatisfaction because reality never quite matches the perfect map in your head. And yeah, literally, dusty passports. The source says the resonance is a perfect map never unfolded.
Ouch. The precision stifles the journey it was meant to help.
Exactly. Then, the second path. The dogmatic wanderer. This is the shadow dominance of Sagittarius.
So too much arrow, not enough map.
Kind of. It's mistaking constant motion for actual progress. Rigidly preaching your truth without really listening or integrating other perspectives. Maybe burning bridges in a restless pursuit of this untethered freedom that doesn't actually connect you to anything.
And the outcome there.
Rootless isolation. Repetitive journeys that don't lead anywhere new or truly integrated. Wisdom that's untethered, lacking real-world grounding or application. The resonance. An arrow shot into the void.
The vision is there, but it misses the mark without the practical anchor.
Spot on. But then there's the third timeline. The integrated paths the sources point towards. The Waypoint Weaver.
This is where you consciously blend the energies.
Yes. The path here involves doing revolutionary work that's guided by philosophical innovation. That's the Pluto in 10th influence put to good use. Healing ancestral patterns by embodying your truth. That's Neptune in the 4th integrated. And building genuinely co-creative communities where freedom and structure actually support each other, working with that Saturn RX in the 11th.
And the outcome of walking this path.
Trailblazing evolution. Not just for you, but potentially culturally. You become a kind of beacon where wisdom and practicality come together to birth new ways of living. The resonance is powerful. A living atlas rewriting itself as you journey.
A living atlas. That's the goal. That's the promise of integrating your chart.
It really is. And to bring this whole deep dive to a point, the sources offer this final potent message. It's presented as an oracle's arrow, specifically for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
It frames 2025 not just as another year, but as your year of sacred navigation.
Sacred navigation.
And the message is really clear. You are being asked to choose between the compass, the Virgo precision, and the horizon, the Sagittarius vision. You are the living meridian. You're the point where that celestial fire meets the terrestrial path right within you.
Wow, okay.
It's a call to action, rooted in those big transits we talked about.
Yeah.
Let Pluto in your 10th house incinerate any old legacy cages holding you back. Let Neptune in your 4th dissolve inherited limitations so you can redefine home on your terms.
And with Jupiter blessing both your communication in the 3rd and your foundations in the 4th. Use language as your vehicle for exploration and let your true sense of home be your launch pad.
Exactly. Now, just for a moment, the source suggests you touch your solar plexus, that center of core power, conviction. Feel that potential starlight gathering in your palms.
Okay.
And just feel the truth of this final decree from the source, spoken right into your being.
My vision charts. Practical constellations.
Every footprint plants. A galactic seed.
I am the journey.
And the map.
And the ground.
That, remember,
Where freedom touched Earth.
that decree. That's the energetic blueprint of the Waypoint Weaver. And the sources also list a few key 2025 waypoints to maybe circle on your calendar. That's Sagittarius full moon, June 11th, for your ritual.
Right.
May 25th, when Jupiter moves into your 4th house, really activating home as a philosophical hub. September 10th, Mars enters Sagittarius. Expect a surge of energy then, maybe for a big quest.
Okay.
November 19th brings a lunar eclipse in Taurus in your 12th house, which is powerful for releasing hidden constraints, especially material ones. And December 24th, Pluto turns direct in your 10th, marking a point where that big legacy transformation might start to feel more solid, more forward-moving.
So as you navigate 2025, moving through these powerful currents with both your vision and your precision, here's a final thought to ponder. Which map are you truly weaving with your footsteps this year? The one you were given, or the living atlas you are actively, consciously becoming?
As our cosmic journey concludes,
Dive deeper into your unique path.
request your email audio reading now.
Find the link in the description below.
Explore episode resources and links.
All details are waiting for you there.
Ignite. Think.
Yeah.
Become.
Subscribe for Starlight Insights. Thank you for joining us.